Hi, so you're with me today for another Carnevale unboxing. This time we've gone for the gifted. So I'm trying out a new audio setup after some feedback from Iron Mike. You can't mess Iron Mike. He's been proper vocal about how he feels about the audio, and he came to see me personally. So thanks Mike for that. And what we're going to do today is we're going to have a look at this box. So box again, standard Carnevale packaging, you know, the TT Combat logo there, Carnevale box, what the gang's called across the bottom, and a picture of the characters there. And on the sleeve as well we've got the actual pictures of the models that you get in the box. For £22 I believe they retail at Homefirth Gaming Centre. You get the 5 models, not a bad price in my opinion, but for resin models these days I think it's going to be very competitive, especially if Brexit no deal happens and the pound crashes. Domestic models in the UK might be the favoured way to go for a lot of players looking for a skirmish game on a budget. So let's start with the unboxing. So the sleeve slides off nicely, got the box there, the TT Combat logo on it. Sleeve standard construction build, same as all the others, the barcode there on it. I'll leave that down there because I need to refer to some of these model names as we go along. So if we get the box open, really sturdy box construction, really happy with these boxes. You know, they do feel like you've got something solid there protecting the resin models. We've got the bases, seen these before, let's put those to one side. Let's get that TT Combat box out to one side. There you've got the web address there if you ever want to buy some if you can't get to a store locally. So let's open these up and see how we go. There we are. So these are bagged all in one, where they've been bagged individually up till now. So let's see how that works out. Let's see if I can work out what's what. So let's gently tip these out onto the table before taking them up to close cam. I suspect the demand for this gang won't be that high initially, and what we'll end up doing is we'll end up with a lot more people buying into these models once they realise that they can be integrated into their gangs. So let's just spread this out. Let's get rid of the baggie because the glare seems to cause problems with my camera shot. So we've got all these here, and it seems that the batteries just run out on my other camera, so I'll catch you in a second. So back now with a new battery and hopefully recording on both cameras. Got the close cam ready to go. So let's try and sort these out into actual models. So we've got the arms there, the lady, because she's the one that has the mirror. We've got the guy with the crossbow, and we'll go through who these are in a minute. We've got the captain there, and those are his pieces. The bomb thrower. So we're left with a few little pieces. So the crossbow there definitely goes with this model. It looks like the legs for both of for this model and this model are on the same sprue. Not really sure where these go, so we'll have a look. We're not sure where they go. Have a look at those in a minute. And we've got the hat and the arms that go with this model here. So who's missing a finger and arm? Probably this guy here, I imagine. But we'll get to it in a bit. So tell you what we'll do is we'll take these now up to close cam, and we can go through them in a bit more detail. Let me just get nice and close so that we can see how it goes. So we'll start with, so let's go to the box. So the leader of this gang, the Il Capitano. So let's take this up to close cam, and there we are. There's the model. You can see his detailed ruffle around his neck. A lot of people have found painting this guy difficult in like a single colour, and he seems to stand out really well. If you use the ribbing that you can just see on the model there to sort of guide your paintbrush, a lot of people have been using bright colours just like he is on the box art. So if we go back to the box art, you can see there he's painted in his stripy red and yellow, and that makes him stand out. And there's where this cape fits in and this arm. So let's bring those up to the model there, so we can see that this cape there will sit on the back of this model here. So it sits in there like that. Yeah, fitting in with a Venetian theme. You can just see through there on the castings a little thin, and he's got a bit of work there on the finger of that model, but it is intact. And then we've got his other details. We've got his long sword and his hat. I'm not really sure how this guy will play in games. He seems to be a really good hitter. Probably not that much of a fan of it compared to the leaders of possibly the other factions. And he doesn't seem as strong, but maybe I'm missing something and I need to play more games before we can get into that. But there's a lot of detail on the feathers here. That's going to be picked up nicely. A really nice model. Some lovely detail on there, and the casting seems pretty good. It'll clean up nicely. So let's move on to the next model. Let's take him back to with the other guys and take him back down to here. So next we've got this model here, and she is the Brigella. Now, not a nice person in the game, really not nice at all. Narcissistic, likes the way she looks, uses the mirror all the time. She's a character that has a variation in it, that she can change her rules by adding and subtracting some of the some of the core rules into her profile as the game goes on. Lots of detail there in the skirt. Yeah, I think this would be a really nice model to paint. However, in the game, I'm not sure how she fits in. I think there must be a synergy with how we use her in the game that I don't fully understand yet. You can see there's a little bit of cleaning up to do, but once the figure sits flat on the base, I don't think you'll have many problems there anyway. Looking forward to painting this more than we're playing with this, but probably wouldn't use her in my Richard, to be honest. So we'll take her back to the other guys. Now, this model here is one of my favourites. I believe he is, I'm not sure if he's, I think he's the murderous Panettone or something like that. And the guy with the crossbow. Oh no, I might have got that wrong. He's probably Brigella. Now this guy is interesting. He's got like a really good shooting attack with high penetration, and because of that I think you'll see this guy used. He's only 19 points and will provide gangs that don't have a shooting attack with an excellent shooting attack, really long range, good penetration, able to deal a lot of damage. So we've got like this detail on his jacket there. You can see that, some really nice detail, a nice flowing cape. Yeah, a little bit of a miscast in there that I'll have to pick out with a scalpel. I'll just turn that on the cam so you can just about see his reflection there. Looks like not a problem to take out. Some really nice casting on these models as always. I have been thinking about using this guy with Marashar. I'm not sure how, because there's so many good models in the Richard to use. But I think this guy, these are his legs by the way. This guy will be sought after. So there we go, some really nice details all over the model. Not sure I'd paint him white like they do in the box art, just because of my skill with painting white. I think it's a really hard colour to paint with. There's a nice detailed crossbow. Some really nice detail on the tip there. You can just see that. Yeah. Oops, let me just move into there. You can just see that in the detail. I really like this model, and I'm pretty sure you will see me using him at some point. So let's go back, and I think we've just got two more to go. Now this model, one piece cast, excellent, no building, for people there that just like to snip it all off and stick it down and go. you know, this is a really good one. Nice model, some nice detail on the cloak. Interesting way that he plays. I think this guy's going to be really dangerous, possibly to both gangs in the way that he plays throwing those bombs around. He is going to be causing lots of damage, area of effect, AoE type damage, and the ability to use a flame weapon or a flame template as well as throw these bombs. He's going to make him devastating. That one flame attack that he gets, I am fearful of. Nice model, nice detail. Maybe a little bit of cleanup just on the inside of his cape there. Can you just see that on the back of the leg? And a little bit on the inside here. Nothing really to worry about. A bit of a seam line down the edge here. You can just pick that up on camera. I'm not sure you can because of these pieces here. Nice model. It's going to look really, really good, and I'm really, really scared of him. Okay, so let's get him back with his friends. Now this next guy, mid-level magic user. His legs come on this additional sprue here. So on the detail, the models, the leg details, mediocre on this one. Not a lot going on in the legs, but it does exactly what it says on the tin. All the detail seems to be in the upper half of this model. Is that a casting error, or is that some detail on the cape? Not sure. Might need some cleanup on that, and then maybe a little bit more on the inside, but again, not sure if that's supposed to be there. Have to look at the sort of website to find out. This guy seems to be like the jolly caster in the gang. Yeah, the sort of first attempt of bringing in magic into the gang, and I think he does it well, considering he is a henchman. You know, a strong magic user for a henchman. Yeah, and I think if you haven't got any sort of magic in there, this guy's going to be bottling you and casting as he goes. Really interesting to see how people would use this guy in larger gangs that don't have that much access at the henchman level. And I believe he has access to wild magic and another type of magic as well. I'm not sure, I'll have to look that up. But wild magic's really useful. You want to teleport someone closer in battle early on in the game, this is a way you could do that. If you want to get one of your big hitters up close and personal early on, this is the guy I'd go for. So that's all the models in this starter gang, and what we'll do is I'll get this uploaded, and I really appreciate if you give me some feedback on the quality of the videos. Are they getting better? Is there something I need to improve on? Is there something more that you'd like to see? Any models that you'd like to see? Anything from the Kickstarter? And maybe I can help you out there and go through those sooner rather than later. So thanks very much for your time, and you know, stay tuned, like and subscribe if you want to see more.